Hey, what's up, guys? Luke Profit. So how does eBay link accounts? When you're using stealth eBay accounts, which I don't recommend, but if that's what you're going to do because you've been suspended from eBay and that's really all you can do to get around the suspension, then here is how it works. So the most important thing probably is for your stealth account not to get indefinitely suspended as well. So the way that you're going to keep that from happening, now this is assuming you've already got a indefinitely suspended account, because there's literally no point for using stealth if you're not. How does eBay link accounts? So essentially, you've got, let me see, what's a good way to draw this? You've got your one eBay account, right? And then this is your old suspended account, right? Suspended. Can't write, but whatever. This account is suspended. Got it? And then this is your new account, your stealth one. So whenever you create a new account, eBay is going to look, and it's going to look at the information that you gave them. It's going to look at the physical details that you provided and the digital information that it knows about the account. And I'll go over that in a second. But if the physical account, I'm calling it physical and digital, but you know what I mean. The stuff that the words that you gave them and the stuff that they were able to determine digitally. If it looks at that information and determines that information, any pieces of information have been used on another account, for example, your suspended account here, then this account, right, this new account is going to get linked to the suspended account. Now, when your account gets linked like this, then bam, this new stealth account is suspended as well. So game over, you lost. The stealth account has been found out and is now useless to you. So that's the main thing that you want to avoid, is having your stealth account get linked. So let's talk a little bit about what these factors are. Like I said, you can probably look this up. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but this is a lot of them. I need to figure out how to use this typing tool without working. So you've got the, I'm just going to call them physical information, and by that I mean, of course, stuff that you actually gave them. You gave eBay when signing up for the information. Sure, that's fine, physical. And then we're going to have digital information that you gave eBay, right? So let's write these down. Now remember, if the information on your suspended account and your new stealth account match for any one of these, that's going to be enough to link the accounts, and then bam, your new stealth account is shut down. So the physical stuff, I'm not going to write it out because it would be a pain here, because this tool is really, really slow. But yeah, I'll just sort of mention these off. So physical stuff would include, like, your name and your last name, your address that you're living at. Even though, maybe there are other people at the house, it's not going to fly. If you've gotten an indefinite suspension, that's going to be linking information. The PayPal email address that you receive money to is going to cause problems. Basically any information, your phone number. I don't think you could create multiple accounts from one email address, so but basically any kind of information that you would give to eBay, you want to make sure that is entirely different on both accounts. So that is the one that's pretty easy to keep separate, right? This is pretty easy to just not give them duplicate information. It's annoying because, and the best way to do this, I wouldn't recommend just using all complete made-up information, because if you need to call and verify it, they're going to want to know where you live and all that, and you can't remember that off the top of your head easily. And sometimes they'll need to pull information from your public record, and if it's not you, that could cause problems. So if you're going to do this, I would say get a friend or a family member or something like that lives at a different address to do this for you, or just get them to let you use their information to create your eBay account, as well as a new PayPal account to use with this eBay account, so that it can all stay entirely separate. So you're using completely unique information. None of the information is the same between the stealth account and the suspended account, and all that information that you gave them is good, right? But this is what trips people up, is your digital information matters as well. So if I was using the same computer that I logged into my indefinitely suspended account with, right? Say because you got an indefinitely suspended account. If you're using that same computer, then eBay is going to be able to tell that, and they're going to say, hey, we've seen this computer before. It's linked to this suspended account, and bam, you're linked. Your whole thing's shut down, right? So you need to use a new computer. Computer. It's hard to write with a trackpad, right? New computer. Now your network as well, your IP address. So you can see your IP address. Just go to Google and type in, what is my IP, and you'll be able to see what that is. That IP address has been registered. If you've signed in, they know what IP address you came from, and so that IP address is going to be tied to your suspended account. So you cannot use the same IP address. You'd think that you could use maybe a VPN or a proxy to get around that, but the problem there is if you're using a public kind of VPN and anybody else is doing eBay stuff with it, then you could get linked to whatever other accounts, So VPNs, unless it's like a private thing, completely yours, not being shared with anybody else, and even some of the paid ones are going to be shared. So I would not recommend trying to use a VPN to get around with this. What you could use, though, is a VPS, virtual private server. We've talked about this before, where it's essentially you are just remote. I'll just draw you a little diagram here. You got your computer, and then you got the VPS, and then you've got the information that you're trying to get to, which is eBay, right? So you connect to and remote control this computer, which is located somewhere else in the world. That computer gets the information. The information is sent back to the VPS, and then you are remote viewing this one's screen. So it's not, unlike a VPN where the information is just straight sent back to you. This one, you're just viewing this other computer's screen. So that's sort of a workaround because it fixes your IP address problem and it fixes your computer problem. So, you could run one stealth account on one VPS with a different IP address and different information. You might even want to make sure that the IP address of the VPS matches the information of the person that you provided if you want to seem even less suspicious to eBay. This is all about making sure that every single bit of information that you get from eBay keeps you safe. Now, another thing is eBay, I've heard, will send emails that are traps. So basically, they will have code in the email to know if you've opened it, and they capture your IP address and stuff like that when you open the email, and a little bit of information about your computer and stuff to just know that you've opened it. So imagine that your currently suspended account has you're using your normal laptop, right? So maybe you have this VPS set up. You're doing everything for that account 100% always through the VPS on that different IP address with all different information. But maybe the email address on here, you'd think, oh, well, the email address isn't tied to eBay. I can just sign in on my phone or sign in on my normal laptop, not through the VPS, and just see what's going on. And then you get an email there. You open it. Well, that email, like I said, it's like a booby trap. You open the email from eBay about this account, not on the VPS, and what do they have? Well, they have information tying this account because they sent an email to this account, to this one's email. You opened it, and then they said, oh no, this is the same IP address from the original suspended account. So then, bam, they've got information, and bam, your account is shut down because it's been linked to the other one. So you see how I'm saying stealth stuff is complicated, and this isn't all of the factors. There are probably more than I'm even mentioning right here. If you do some research, you can probably figure it out. But there are basically the physical details that you're giving them about your account, your phone number, your name, your PayPal email address, all that stuff. And then there's your the digital stuff as well, which is, the computer you're using, your IP address, and there are a couple more that are slipping my mind at the moment. But yes, so if in order for a stealth account to work, it has to not get linked to your other account, which means you have to keep all of the details completely separate and just not let it get linked, right? So if you are able to do that, then your stealth account should be fine and work like a normal eBay account, and everything will be good. And if you are signing in and stuff, then you're going to, if you need to call or something, you'd need to verify the stealth account's information. But other than that, it should work just like a normal a normal eBay account. And yeah, so that's the big important thing is not linking accounts.
Anyway guys, that's it for this video. If you're new to dropshipping and you're trying to figure out how to get started, I've got a full free set of training videos down there, link in the description. It goes over everything you need to know about how to get started making money online. And the average person following my method makes around $500 to $800 profit per month after expenses for each 1,000-item eBay store that they have set up and running. They're really not that hard to get started. If you've got any questions about anything dropshipping related, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link down there, as well as a link to a group that I started with hundreds of other dropshippers that you can join. I post new content on this channel every couple days, so go ahead and subscribe and click the notifications, and I'll see you back here with another video in a couple days.